with a normal muffler. That's all to do with the straight pipe. So we're gonna stick this son of a bitch in fucking probably in, I don't know what that is there, probably B1. We got this big fucking thing behind it here. We're gonna just step it out of the way. Hey guys, how's she going today? Well, you've seen this old peckerhead and that old peckerhead in the background of a couple videos here. This is a neighbor's tractor that Dad brought here. It needs some work. They want the cab off of it, set of fenders and a radio, and it's a goddamn 24 volt system yet. And they hooked battery charger up to it the wrong way and fried it. And for whatever reason, he wants to keep it as 24 volt. So I guess Dad's gonna have to do some figuring. Try and see what the hell's going on with it. But it is a Powershift, this old girl. So a pretty sweet old unit. Just needs a little bit of TLC, but it's not gonna get the whole 9 yards. They just want a few things done to it because it's still a workhorse around there anyways. So, but they want the cab gone because in the summertime you get fucking cooked, and in the winter you freeze and can't see out the frosted up windows anyways. So, but anyway, that's not what we're working on right now. It just got pushed in. It needs to thaw out. I am working on my old 700 Arctic Cat. This fucking thing's been sitting in the shed for probably 10 years now, just because it's you know, you can tell it's an Arctic Cat because of the way that it is. So that's pretty neat. About the 45th fucking wheel bearing on this machine that I've done so many of them that there's no threads left for the castle nut is what fucked up the last go around. Well, it's part of it. And then the wheel bearing is gone again too. So and then the hub here actually has no splines left in it, so everything come apart and everything got fucked because young Nick, a lot of years and years and years, probably 15 years ago since the bearing piled up, got mad and just fucking drove it, fucked it all completely and parked it in the shed and forgot about it. So now we're gonna fix it right, now that we're older and smarter. I never actually had an axle out on this machine. I read online how to do it. Let's see if it's lying or not. You get this rolled around about as straight as you can get it and just like that. Well, that's kind of neat. So we're going to be changing out this whole thing here. That's fucking garbage now. Order some parts, get this bearing knocked out of it, and I guess we'll have to wait on parts. But that's the plan for now anyway. There's all kinds of issues with this old cunt, but if a guy can get it mobile again. See, the other problem is we've got no 4x4 because the shaft grenaded once upon a time, and I don't know where the shaft went. Whatever. The guy can get her working in two-wheel drive. It'll work to do a few things yet like that anyways. So that's the plan anyways. So I'm gonna tinker on this a little bit more and bring you guys back in a little bit, I guess.
I think Nick already started doing some videoing here about this Powershift 4020 we're working on. But anyway, he asked me to make a little clip. We got it here because neighbor had the batteries go dead on it last summer. I guess they left the key on, I think is what he had said. And then he charged up the batteries, I believe, and it wouldn't start for him, wouldn't crank, wouldn't do anything. So I went up there. He had it out in the field on his post pounder. I went out there and done a quick little bit of testing. And I wasn't getting any power up in the dash. And I was only getting 12 volts at the starter, 12 volt negative. And there was no 12 volt positive at the starter. Had my book with me, the service book, and I don't know, I guess my mind wasn't in it right then. Anyway, didn't get any farther. We ended up loading it up, brought it home here, and it's been sitting for a couple months. And finally got her in the shop. Got the cab off of it for them. They asked about that. Pretty inconvenient for them. Pretty inconvenient for anybody, those cabs, actually. I guess they're kind of okay in the wintertime for a windbreak. But anyway, we got doing some more testing when it was in here. Batteries were charged up. But something grabbed my attention there the one day, just when I went to charge them. Now, when I went to throw the battery on the 12 volt negative ground side, the battery booster or charger ends arced when I went to put them on. And I thought, well, what the hell? I didn't have them backwards. So right there, I switched them around, and yeah, the charger worked fine. Battery took a charge. So I started doing some more testing, and still couldn't get any juice up in the dash. And I couldn't get 24 volts going across the batteries. I was starting to get a little confused there. Till I took my multimeter and tested the batteries. And I was getting 12 volt positive ground on both batteries. And I've never seen this before, but upon talking to some other people, I guess these 24 volt systems on these old 4020s were notorious for flipping the polarity on one of the batteries if they went completely dead. And I'm not sure if it's because guys didn't separate them when they charged them, or if it's because they completely went dead together and they twinned up somehow. I don't understand it. But anyway, that's what happened. That battery over here, I was getting reverse polarity out of it. So what we're going to try is taking all of the charge out of the battery. I had a big light on it here a while ago hooked up, and now I got this little turn signal light or brake light, I guess. See the little bit of juice it's got left in there? Anyway, I'm going to try and deaden her right out and then see if it'll take a charge the proper way or if the battery's going to explode in my face. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, I didn't know how the heck to get that little light to get hooked up half-assed. I didn't really feel like soldering wire onto it or anything, so I took a piece of rubber heater hose that was the same size as the post on the battery and the size of the bulb, and slipped them over, shoved the wire in beside there, and lo and behold, it worked. So anyway, batteries are off. We're going to put some fenders on it for them. Let's see if we can get these batteries back in where they were and go from there. But anyway, yeah, I put a proper 12 volt battery in where this guy was over here before there, and tractor started up just like it's supposed to. So they say you learn something new every day. I learned something new yesterday. bring you back when we get her back together, I guess.
Well, what's happening, Booper? What are we doing? What? Picking bales. Yeah, but what are we doing with the bales? Feeding the cows. Yeah, feeding the cows. So, a few days have gone by. Hasn't been, I don't know, a lot of the same old, nothing really worth videoing. Made a batch of chop and put bales out and bedding and all that kind of fun. Dad's been working on that 40-20. It's got it all squared away and ready to go back to its home eventually when it warms up a little bit outside, because it's pretty shit out right now. Go over and take a quick boo at it because he's got the fenders and everything on it. The battery, I don't know if he'd said or not, but the battery had switched polarity on it. And he tried to fix that battery, drain it right down and recharge it, but it won't hold a charge anymore now. So the tractor's just kind of pulled out of the shop because we needed the space again. Waiting on a new battery to replace that one. Other than that, though, it's all done. 44 and the bale shredder are in the shop because the 44 needed a new cab fan, and got it all apart, and the squirrel cage was broke on it too, so I gotta go pick that up. A little bit after dinner here, they'll have that at good old RPM in Mooseman. And then I'm gonna go take a look at a possible upgrade purchase for the old grain side of the ranch here. Be twins with old straight pipes, maybe. Well, kind of cousins. Closely related, anyway. What the hell else going on? Shredders, getting a few new hammers and stuff put in on it. I had to go to John Deere, pick up a couple bushings for the hammers, because they only had 2 the other day when I went in. I needed 4. Pick those up, so we're just putting straw bales out with the loader on the tractor here right now, and feed bale, smash it around like that. Kind of works out all about the same. So yeah, I don't know, that's what's happening. I'm gonna go over and look at that 40-20 here in a minute so I can get a video up for you guys, because I've been dragging my fucking ass making videos for you guys. Always say I'm gonna make more clips and stuff, and then all of a sudden the fucking day is done and I didn't do anything, of course. I've done lots, but didn't video fuck all. Got a podcast I got invited on to here as well. Be out on the 6th at, I think, 6 in the morning. He uploads it on Spotify, Bunny Hug Farmers. I'll share a link to it when the time comes that it's up. But you guys should go check it out there. Old Everybody Knows Dallas, and another guy named Tyler. He doesn't do anything else on the internet except the odd TikTok, and then his podcast there. They just started it, so go support him. I know some of you guys harp at me for swearing. Oh, you fucking guy. Your language, it makes me want to cry. I gotta go back under a rock. So you'll like their video, their stuff, because they don't have any swearing. So, but mind you though, if you're still watching my shit, you probably don't mind it. So trying to spin this fucking bale around, failing at it. Now Dad's making fun of me, of course. So I might have to go to my safe space for a few minutes here and let my feelings come out, so I don't have to feel so bad anymore. But look at that. There we go. Took a few tries, but we got there in the end. Anyway, talk to you guys in a few. Well, it's end of the day. Colder than a witch's tit out here, but I figured I'd show you real quick. With the fenders in the cab gone now, no lights, don't need those, he says. So he wanted a radio though, so it got one of the old, it's the fender mount radio actually off the 5020. I want to get the newer style digital one like what's on 5010 for the 5020. So sold him that one, and yeah, cleaned up not too bad, the old girl. So anyway, it's cold out. High time for me to have a video out for you again. So there's that. Talk to you in the next one. Make sure you go check out the Bunny Hug Farmers there on Spotify.